I think it was Jazer. He was just been going off the past 4 matches. I think he 30 bombed twice, and he was just getting crazy ratings on HL as well.
Well,
He can show up into this game.
Definitely. Jazer has always been the star ever since Fnatic Academy, where he was unfortunately removed from, despite their win. It's a move that quite a few people did question given his results, and let's see if he's able to show them once again. Godsent, of course, the original Fnatic Academy. Let's see what they're going to be able to put forward. They've been doing pretty well too recently. Pronax has been picking up the slack. He's actually managed to get more than 5 kills every round. Well, Necro managing to get Mystic to start things off. Jazer, though, immediately trades it out. That does give them control of the B side, but Doppelin will be trying to cut off the heads of players who are trying to cross by a market area. Bomb will go down. That's Becker to plant it and zoom into post-plant situations. They do have a kit on the CT side they're going to be pushing forward, but Jazer removes the head. Doppelin responds with 2 of his own. Twist coming in from the back line. This is great play coming in. The lurk will be able to catch Mickey's off guard. Even Jazer left alone. He might even be knifed in this situation, but Twist decides not to go for the fancy plays and will end up taking him apart with the USP.
It's pretty clinical retake coming out from Godsent there. Just all like collapsing onto the site and taking aggro off each other, so they're able to just pick them apart. Pretty nice shots coming out of Jazer, as we were talking about him before.
Oh, definitely. And Jazer, he's been having a rough time actually getting a squad together. He wrote a bit of a long tweet longer as well, trying to explain that. But Tundra right now, they got the bomb down. They're going to be able to go for that buy in that 3rd round. So they shouldn't be feeling too disheartened. Godsent, with that retake, were able to take the massive advantage with the pistol round going their way. But once again, Pronax is in an interesting situation, interesting position. Will be able to stop Jazer from pushing through. It's just a very standard anti-eco. And so far, actually, Becker manages to chime in with 3 kills and already a 4 versus 2. What happened over there?
They just went for a full Glock eco, and they just absolutely just destroyed them in mid. Becker just getting a 3k out of nowhere. I was just thinking maybe they should have got a flash or something, but I was just proven wrong. Picking up 3 frags on full Glock eco, that should just never happen.
Absolutely. I mean, Godsent, they have an amazing retake, but right after that they rebound and they start peeking into pistols in those close range scenarios. Just imagine what it could have been with P250s or even the slightest bit of investment into that round.
Yeah, it's a shame they only got 1 of the weapons though, so it's still a very winnable round for Godsent. Twist is in a prime position just to clean up with that A1.
Well, Twist will be having to step up, prove his mettle. They push through. I think they're a little bit surprised themselves, but
the timing.
Yep, 40 seconds left on the clock, and he turns around. Twist might be trying to go for that rotate over towards the B side. This is massive. If he isn't able to face it, the bomb will go down, and they might even be able to overwhelm him. Jazer making some noise, sees his shoulder popping out, goes for the peek once again, but it's a bit too late. It's not a double peek coming through, and it's a 2 versus 2. But with the bomb being deployed and with that many guns being taken away, it's practically all they wanted.
Yeah, it's a shame of the timing, but he still managed to clean 2 out.
Definitely. Twist finds 1, finds 2, and it's 4 kills for him this round. Seems to be the only one of them really picking up the slack. And Godsent, they managed to keep it together despite losing out quite a few people early on. Tundra, more than happy with the outcome of that.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal rounds. Just cleaning up in mid, and then Twist just in a prime position to clean up on that A site. If they got more guns, maybe that was a much easier round to win.
Definitely, the UMPs can be so incredibly powerful. The only disadvantage, of course, without the Kevlar investment, and the aim punch does, of course, come into play.
Look at the utility. It's even got an AWP and full armor. This is a pretty good buy.
Oh, that AWP just... Well, it was nice while it lasted. And Cal pushing forward with Jazer. Jazer is going to be able to clean up over here. Twist is finding himself being pincered in on. Throws a flashbang out, but it will be avoided entirely. He manages to get 1 in a very difficult position. Well done by him, but Pronax, it's all up to him. He needs to find the shot with the 5-7. Lucky shot with him. Just practically spraying around wildly. He gets lucky with the headshot. Schneider takes down Mickey. That's the AWP missing out. And now Cal in 1 versus 2. A bit of a difficult situation. Bomb is in his possession though, so he does have 2 flashbangs to work with, but Schneider, that Molotov can be massive and already flushing him out, forcing him back in towards Tetris, back towards Firebox, and it's all up to Cal to be able to play this a little bit more smartly, but they get the double peek despite the smoke messing with their angles.
Yeah, Very beautiful retake coming in from Godsent, making sure they're playing together and able to trade. Snyder just W's in, letting his teammate just be behind him and be ready to trade. So as soon as I get that info, then Snyder's Lecro, sorry, is just able to trade him straight away. I really like the calling coming out there. As soon as they get picked off in mid, their upper gets picked off in mid, they just W up con and just try to run down Godsent and just go into an extremely fast A split.
Hmm. Do you think that they're going to be feeling confident in going for that again? And actually, no. Godsent, they're allowing them to get the bomb plan down practically every single round, and that seems to be a bit of a style of play that is a little bit outdated, just giving away a little bit too much. And do you think it's going to come back to bite them?
Yeah, they've gotten Godsent's economy under control pretty well, considering they were on full Glocks the other round.
Hmm. That is true, and right now it's all up to Lecro. He's backing himself off. Well, they're sending over backup, but it's not going to be arriving in time because he might be overwhelmed. Never mind, it is actually.
Yeah, that's a shame. If they got like 2 or 3 kills there, then they're able to reset them the next round that they win, because their economy would be under control. But they got 5 surviving, so they're going to be like able to easily rebuy next round. It was pretty well played when they swing to mid, and then they just go out mid and like get the short play to come off B side to fight mid, because they're like faking mid control and they just execute B, but they took too long and the apartment's getting out onto this side there.
And I mean, Lecro even playing that angle magnificently, just making sure he doesn't get overwhelmed, buying his team time to be able to bring in Schneider from B short. That's great play, it's textbook play coming out from Godsent. And again,
very well.
Doppland might be able to find another one. They're going to go for that peak right now. Jazar is the man holding the op this time around. Mystic not having the spawn, perhaps that's why he isn't quite having that. But the smoke will actually block off Doppland for now. And Snyder, he's going for the spray down through the smoke. Will not connect. Does manage to take away quite a bit of HP though. And their setup still very, very spread out.
Yeah, they've got some playing very defensive now. Even though they got mid control, they're still not reacting on the other side of the map, pushing anywhere, taking anywhere. But because we got that double up set up, just posted on both angles of them, both sides of the map.
Mystic. Almost getting that one. That would have been massive, but Pronax is going to be peeking in. Gets the kill regardless, surprisingly enough, because Mickey, he had the angle advantage, and Pronax actually looked away for a second. And that's a big kill for them to be able to get. Now, 2 players still. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Becker turned around at the wrong time. Twist gets up on top of Tall Booth, is able to clean up house. Jazar needs to push through, needs to get that shot, but doesn't look like. Actually, no, never mind. He managed to get it. Doppelin now turns it into a 3 versus 1. Jazar, he's the man you want to have alive in this situation, in this clutch round, but no utility. It's going to be very difficult. Pronax reveals his position with the knife sound, and speaking of knives, Jazar pulls his out at the wrong time.
Yeah, just that double up setup coming in with Godsent, just giving them mid control and then making sure they have those double ups just ready to pick them off when they try to go into a side. So pretty well played, just playing together. They got Palace once they started coming up con as well. So they just had the pretty crazy crossfire.
And Tundra, I mean, they've been trying to get mid control pretty consistently, but you're summarizing it perfectly. It's just Godsent is shutting them down consistently. Doppland is doing a great job with that AWP.
Yeah, they seem to be giving it up pretty easy, and then they just having those 2 ults on each side of the map, just posted on the angles, and then having crossfires as well. It's just shutting them down.
This time around, they're going for the same setup that they did earlier on. Bob, well, he's been located, and he will be stalled up a little while longer. Pronax, perhaps, using his incendiaries a little bit preemptively. Normally, they are saved up for a little while longer. But let's see if it's going to be effective, as Doppelin is holding that angle for Chair. Tundra, they're just really playing the map like a fiddle. They're running to and fro, not really, perhaps a little bit indecisive about where they want to hit, but Backer, he's managed to make his way over towards that windows area. Bob just continues to be naded down.
Yeah, they seem to be doing a pretty classic mid take here. Once they get mid control, they usually try and get into con or get into window, making sure that they have those players and ready to split the site once they're going onto it.
40 seconds left on the clock, and they need to get onto that side very, very soon. Some shots being exchanged. Snyder managing to bring down Becker, but Pronax, he's in a very difficult situation. Oh goodness, Pronax finds that kill in towards Palace. Cal goes down, leaving Mickey's the last man standing. He finds one tap. Can he find a few more? Sees Pronax's head, but Pronax with the 3k. Those are a few words that are almost never said together.
Pronax coming alive in this round. That's when you should be getting worried is the enemy team when he starts to rip you apart. Just getting those clean headshots. It's really good that Twist is rotating around the map as well, like very frequently. Like last round he was at CT, and then the round before that he was at Apps. It's they're rotating around, so it's pretty good.
Oh, definitely. Twist, he played that a phenomenal round earlier on as well with that M4. Or was that Lecro? No, that was definitely a Twist.
It's pretty interesting having both the Oppers posted in the same spot.
Well, Lacro, right now he's going to be able to try and get a few sprays, but Tundra, once again, their pistols just seem to be coming alive. Mickey's armor is not needed. Well, a few points of life might be. Jazar still pushing through. Doppelin will be able to take him down. And Doppelin's been playing this picture perfect, practically. He's just been able to keep himself alive with the AWP, even in these retake situations. Now, speaking of which, 3 versus 3, Cal. Oh, goodness, that looks shaky. And it definitely was. He ends up being traded away courtesy of that, a few whiffed shots. But Bob, Mystic, what are you doing, Mystic? Becker is the man to be able to save him right now, and he will be able to do so. Gets a spray down through the wall, and now Mystic, he just needs to push through. He's got the Tech 9, he's got the angle, and Doppelin isn't facing the right way. 6-1, and Tundra get their first map on the board.
Even coming off a half by there, they seem to be punishing Godsent really well when they start to fight mid, and they just swarm it as a unit and just punish them. It was pretty interesting that round that they had 2 ops placed at the same spot in mid. Usually you want to split them up or across them out so that they're going to run into an op no matter what.
That is the power of the double op setup. I mean, in maps like Cash in particular, you even see sometimes an op taking up a site all alone with 3 people posted into mid.
It's just pretty interesting going for a double op setup here on the T side.
And it's definitely not really conventional, to say the least. Schneider pushes forward, finds some good information, finds a head as well, and Pronax chimes in with a second. And I have to say, Pronax, he's been looking pretty consistent so far. He's been connecting with the shots, not really been a star performer, but at least he's getting the job done, which is more than you can say for his normal performances.
Yeah, it was a really good call from Pronax that pushed top mid up and changed the pace up of the CTs and catch the Ts off guard so that they can reset them once they won this round. Really good work from the CTs there.
Well, there's a minute left on the clock, and the CTs, they're going to be having to do a little bit more of that good work. Schneider, though. Ooh. Always looks so sketchy. And they start running away, but still, Mickey's out. Finds a flick, Twist, a little bit slow on the spray down, and what an absolutely lovely one from Mickey.
Pronax is on that flank. I don't think he's going to get anything from it there. It's a shame.
Actually, they're being a little bit slow about this. With 30 seconds left on the clock, Pronax might be able to shut this down if the bomb carrier hits the deck, but no, instead, the bomb carrier hits the deck via Schneider's hands, and Schneider will be cleaning things up at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's a really good pace change up from the CTs there. Just catching the Ts completely off guard when they're pushing top mid. They seem to be changing up pretty well when they're fighting mid and when they're falling back as well. Seems to be pretty interesting as well.
Well, the mid control hasn't really been working out for them. What do you think they need to actually change? How is Godsent shutting them down every single time?
They seem to be get caught off guard a lot by like re-aggression and re-peeks. Even when they're like down a man, Godsent just are relentless and they just keep re-peeking. Even though it's probably not the correct decision to do from them. They seem to be catching off guard.
Well, let's see, because Pronax right now, he's going to be having his metal tested once again. Snyder is in a great position, though. He's got a bit of a crossfire set up across the map with Pronax, and he might be able to get 2 in this situation. The Molotov will be blocking them in towards that sniper's nest, and Doppelin with the P250 in his hands doesn't need the AWP. Cal and Jazar do chime in with a few of their own, but it does look like Doppelin should be able to get another one. Oh, almost getting that wall bang in that situation. Pronax now will be able to shut down Jazar. Cal being the last man left standing. They have managed to do a lot of damage with an eco round once again. But Cal does look like he will be going down as he reveals his position.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad of damage that the terrorists got there, getting 2 kills and trying to keep the CTU's economy managed, at least.
And the pause does come through, and they're recognizing that really nothing seems to be working out for them. The buy rounds have been going incredibly sketchily, and the round that they did win, if I'm not wrong, it was off the back of a half buy.
Yeah, it was. I feel like when they get into mid controller and when Godsent stop fighting mid and they get into con or they get into window, they just get shut out by these choke points. Like they're not having anyone to trade them out when they're coming out of con, or when they get a window and they try to split onto a site, they just get shut down by like really good crossfires. And the AWPs just rotating around the map really fast.
Well, 8-1, and this is going to be a difficult one for Tundra to get back into, and we need to keep in mind this is the one that Tundra picked for themselves. They picked Mirage, they picked Godsent's best map, and that's definitely a bit of a questionable situation for them. Admittedly, their map pool is so limited on their HLTV page, at least, that we don't have any idea what they're able to play. It's just that Godsent banning out their permaban Inferno, and then pretty much everything else is their playing field.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting pick coming out from Tundra Esports, but they've had a couple of close games in Mirage recently, Godsent actually, versus much lower tier teams.
Well, 8-1 and Godsent, they're looking pretty goddamn good right now. Tundra, they won a single round, and even that was with only one player left standing. Godsent immediately rebounding with that reset. And Tundra now, they've got a bit of a weak buy coming through. Again, mid control seems to be the name of the game for them as always. Jazar manages to kill Necro, getting a little bit too aggressive and gets punished because of that. Tundra, now the question is, where do they want to go? The bomb is angled towards that B site, but their setup, it's going to be having a rough time against the aggression that Godsent is putting over on A.
Yeah, I seem to be going for a fast B split. As long as Becca can trade out his mate at B-ups, they should have a pretty easy win here.
Let's see if that's going to be the case, because Schneider, it's all on him, and it definitely is all on him. Mickey's bullets in particular.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I'm not even getting a frag there.
Still though, Pronax in this situation, if he gets that kill, that becomes a little bit more possible. 5 people left alive though in a 5 versus 3. Godsent, do you think they just let go, or do you think they actually stick around, considering that their money isn't looking all that steady on a few of their players?
I feel like maybe just save the AWP and save a gun and then just try to get some exits as well, so you're able to reset the tier economy next round. It's pretty hard to retake a site on B when 5 are up and you're winning at 3. It's nearly impossible, to be honest.
Well, of course, we do need to remember that this is a little, not exactly a full reset, but it's a bit of a semi-reset coming out onto Godsent as well. Their money, great kill coming out from Mystic. Their money, it's not looking great. They do have quite a bit on a few players, but that's enough for one more full buy. And even there, Pronax will have to donate a few weapons.
Yeah, their economy is not spread out very easily. Pronax is the bank. He just got rid of a lot of his money. I think he had like nearly 8 or 9k. This guy's still got like nearly 6.
I mean, Pronax should be more than used to giving his gun away to other players by now.
That's pretty savage.
But no, he's definitely been having a great performance. In particular, what's interesting is how few times he's actually died. He's only died 4 times in 10 rounds, and that's amazing. Doplin missing a very interesting shot, and Cal is able to capitalize off of that. The former teammate is able to take him down, and suddenly it's a 5 versus 3 once again. They've got full utility, and Pronax will be flushed out of his position courtesy of that Molotov. Pronax, once again, every single time I seem to be calling his name. I mean, who wouldn't be? Have you seen the man? He finds a kill onto Cal again. And it's Snyder who's the one trying to push through some smokes. They know where he is, though. He's been spotted out by the man in Palace. And Jazar, well, he's hungry for blood. But unfortunately, most of what's been spilled is his own, as he's sitting on only 9 HP. Tundra, though, looks like they will be able to get away with another round of victory, because Godsent, they're recognizing that their economy is non-existent, and They should be able to eke out another buy if they can save the 3 guns, but even that might be a little bit light on utility. No, actually. They should be able to buy, right? Full buy, full utility.
Yeah. Disco should be able to drop. Oh, he can just get an op and then Twist could just UMP or something.
Actually, they're going to have a double op setup.
Yeah, if he drops, right?
They managed to pick up another AWPU. That's a great save coming out.
Yeah. It was really well played then from Chandra. Just sending one in mid so that they recognize that Godsent likes to fight mid sometimes. Especially when they just win around. So they send one person mid and they send 4 towards A. So when the con guy, the A rotator, is fighting mid really heavy, they'll just bust out A and take that 4v1. It was a really good call to stop them from the reset as well.
So do you think that the over-aggression coming out from Godsend is what's really causing them to lose the few rounds that they have lost so far? Because that seems to be the case.
Yeah, they seem to... Tundra seem to be collapsing late round when they get onto sites, but Godsend will be giving out some picks every now and then.
Twist getting an easy one, and the meanwhile over towards that B side. Well, sorry, not Twist, Lecro. For some reason, I always get the two of them confused, and their names are nothing alike.
Yeah.
It's just that, you know, Disco Doplin and Pronax, they're such memorable names, because obviously Pronax is, you know, the sexiest person in CSGO. Well, Sean Gars, I guess. And then, you know, there's Disco Doplin.
FNX is a pretty hottie.
Disco Doplin, like his name. And speaking of...
Oh.
I was about to say, that was lovely. Jazar
So
just...
disappointing.
Shutting down Pronax here. That could have been so massive too, and Schneider misses the shot right now. Connects with the wall bang, but only takes away 20 HP. But that could have been so promising right there. Pronax was able to get that flank down. Lecro finds one. It managed to get the second as well before going down, so it's still a 2 versus 2. Great job by him. But Cal, he's coming from behind. He's coming through Death Hatch, and he might be the death of these two. That's for sure. The bomb's still not being deployed, and they want to stop it from doing so, but in that aggression they might be punished right now. Doplin, he's left in a 1 versus 2 scenario. He's got the M4. Can he get this kill on towards the bomb planter? Doesn't quite look like it. 5 seconds left on the clock, and Cal shuts him down.
Yeah, that was really well played from Jazar getting those entries, and I don't know how he managed to stop Pronax on that flank, but that could have been the game changer. I'd be pretty pissed if I was Pronax right now. It's probably a multi-kill right there. But it was really good entries and really good luck. But unfortunately, he wasn't really able to use it too well.
Well, definitely, it's a little bit unfortunate, but have to say, Pronax, he's definitely changing up how Godsent stereotypically plays. I mean, going for these aggressive lurks, etc. on his own, he's really taking the initiative to put himself into situations where he's going to be able to get a few kills, and it's a very interesting change in the style of play.
Yeah, I think he's getting a lot of flame from the community lately, so maybe he's just trying to change it up and frag a bit more. Not being the classic IGO with a 0.6 rating or whatever. Just trying to actually do something.
Well, it's working for them right now. 8-4, but will it continue to work for them is the question, because suddenly Tundra, they seem to be on the resurgence, and with the Godsent's money being as it is, with them being on a quasi-buy, this is where Tundra can try and, you know, make some bank, try and strengthen their economy. Get that GDP flowing.
Really good comeback from Tundra, coming back into the game mentally after getting shut down for quite a few rounds in a row.
And you have to say, the Norwegians, they've got to be pretty happy with the performance that they put up right now. For a team that's only played, what, I think it's 9 maps together so far, and they've got a stand-in and Mickey, well, they're definitely showing up to play. And Doplin, though, he's here too. He finds 2, might be the 3rd, goes for the peek, shoulder peeking it out, finds it, and that's going to be a 4 versus 2. Suddenly, things are looking difficult, things are looking rough, and they're looking like Tundra might have just thrown away quite a heavy advantage that they managed to accrue up. But with the bomb being planted right now, Twist, oh no, the bomb gets cancelled by Twist.
Such a crazy round coming from Disco. They get on eco, finally Tundra get a chance just to reset mentally and just get a free round so they feel like they're really back in the game. And then Disco is just like, nope, and just gets the crazy Deagle 3k.
And that's the
Really
thing
good
about
positioning
Disco, yeah.
as well.
Sorry, I don't know, continue. My bad, I thought you were done.
No, it's all good.
And that's the thing about Disco, you know, even on Epsilon, he had those times where he was just suddenly straight fire. He had those big 30 bomb carry games, and although he hasn't really shown it as much since he's been trying it out on Godsent, it definitely does come up to shine now and then.
Yeah, it's really interesting what Godsent are doing right now, just sticking in pairs with each other, so they're able to trade.
Unfortunately, the trades... Well, actually, no, the trades are going their way, and this might end up working in their favor. If they can win this round, then it's practically a guaranteed 9-6, which is a very respectable half from the T side, especially given the circumstances that they were able to come back in.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. They boosted up on short then, so they're able to stop the mid rush when someone plays below them. So they've got a crossfire if someone tries to go out into the cutout of mid. But someone just went out mid dry, I'm pretty sure, I just walked down so that it was a 1v1 instead of a 2v1.
A twist, oh goodness, he's made it into a 2 versus 2 with 2 kills of his own, but once again down to a 1 versus 2, and he oh, never mind, twist, this might be a 4K coming out from him. He knows Jazar is up on the cliff, but he doesn't have enough time. Jazar, he's got the 5-7, he's trying to knife him out, he won't be able to do so. Twist, what an absolutely ridiculous round. He even gets the kill in the end.
Holy shit, the star of Godsent really coming alive, getting a 4K and the bloody ninja in the smoke after chucking the flashbang. That is a crazy round coming in, such an important round. They're able to get a full ban Godsent now, full util, and now Tundra just...
Oh goodness. I'm heartbroken. Back-to-back individual plays, sealing away rounds that should have been completely won, and Tundra, how do you get caught out like that?
Yeah, that's just humiliating. Twist, the star of Godsent, just going huge.
I mean, this is how Sweden gives everyone false hope, ladies and gentlemen. This is how. Tonight, oh, Doppin finds
Still
a quick.
waiting for Nip.
We don't talk about the ninjas. I feel like every time you bring that up, I'm just gonna have a like my heart will sigh and droop and think to itself, "Fuck you."
I just want them back so bad.
Who doesn't? I mean, who doesn't? But Twist right now, he's going to be sending a few people back, alright. Mickey's sent back to the afterlife. Back where he came from. Twist pulls out the 5-7. He's feeling confident. He's getting those style plays, throwing away his guns. 11-4, Godsent. What I said would be a guaranteed 9-6. They managed to prove me wrong.
Yeah, I could have easily been a 9-6, but Twist just comes alive, making it 11-4, just absolutely shutting them down.
And you have to feel horrible for Tundra in that situation. There's a few rounds that end up... Really could have even been an 8-7 if Dublin hadn't gone completely berserk with that Deagle. And 8-7 is such a good score for a terrorist side on Mirage. And when you keep in mind that it's a comeback in towards 8-7.
Yeah. Oh, Lecco. No respect, just getting the D. Let's see if he can just wreck some pig.
Well, a couple of players always do like to do that. Nico in particular comes to mind. He always did like to pick up that Deagle on T side back in Mouse Sports. I don't think he does it anymore in FaZe, though.
Yeah.
Oh.
Whatever, though.
He got shut down. I'm sorry. Well, Schneider is going to be doing some shutting down of his own. Edging forward, Godsent there. Want to be able to reclaim some territory. That's why you see Becker push forward so aggressively. He's playing it a little bit about how MSL does, and he will be able to find one before backing himself off. Picture perfect play from him. And even even able to rebound for another one. That's some great positioning coming out from Becker. Just able to find so much. But speaking of finding so much, once again, Godsent managed to take it from a 4v2 back into a 2v2. I feel like I've seen this movie before.
Pretty interesting how they've gotten it this close. Looked quite a dominant CT zone coming out.
And Tundra, they're not being fooled by this fake planting shenanigans from Disco. they will be able to go forward and they will be able to connect with the shots and bring down Disco, but Cal, he's still left alive.
Oh my god.
No, goodness, exactly.
Should be being killed from Schneider, and he just jumps to the window so he can get shot in the back and just wrecks both of them. That's pretty heartbreaking. I'm not too sure why they didn't get the deagle off of Lecro's body and just gone like, because they've got armor and they just get the deagle and just entry together somewhere. They just left it there, just discarded it.
Maybe not wanting to risk it over there. Of course, Lecro, Schneider, and Twist. Those three are the ones who are supposed to be ridiculously good with the deagle at some points. We've definitely seen multiple highlight reel-worthy clips of them.
Yeah, I think they're just gonna smack middle side, flash over, and just do a pally drop.
Well, that seemed to be the case, but Cal, he's flashed out, but doesn't matter. He finds one, Mickey's finds two, and it's money, money, money all day for him. Jazar pushes forward, finishes off the in-game leader of Godsent, and that's going to be an 11-6 Tundra. Seems like they will be able to get away with their 3 rounds at least, and with Godsent not being able to get down these bomb plants, that is...
Yeah, it's a shame. That was pretty big. Not gonna have much of U2 now. Yeah, 3 smokes. Only a flash on Lecro and Twists.
And it's definitely an uncommon buy coming out from the Godsent boys, being not going for the UMPs in that situation. Well, speaking of UMPs, Mystic is able to chime in with one of his own. Twist managed to get a ridiculous kill through the door, running spray, through the smoke, into the head.
Not too sure how Snyder didn't get that frag into Mystic there. He was should have been pretty guaranteed. He tagged him down to 66 with a nade, but the UMP prevails.
I'm still reeling from that interesting shot by Twist through the smoke while running. And really,
Yeah.
I can't
He's really
connect
coming
with
alive in
someone.
the
Oh,
rounds.
yeah. I mean, I can't connect with someone who's standing still, and he managed to do it through smokes, through doors, through walls, while running and spraying.
Just twist things. He's really coming alive in the rounds that like matter. He's just going crazy. 22 and 9.
I mean, I feel like I should warn you that the score probably isn't working.
What?
The score normally ends up being weirdly messed up once
His kills.
the first half finishes off.
Okay. I didn't know.
It's a bit of a problem with the ESL servers. It's been around for a very long time. I'm really not sure what's up with it.
I thought he had, I don't know, I thought it was still the same kills. I thought he had like 17 on the first half or something.
Well, it's possible. I'm not 100% sure. Well, 12-6 in Tundra. They've got an AWP still saved up from the previous round. And the UMP is coming out. And Godsent, despite a very poor buy in terms of utility, they're able to walk away with that one off the back of some ridiculous shots coming in. And perhaps Tundra getting a little bit over-aggressive as well.
This is a really weird positioning there from Kelly, just in the middle of the open for a bit there. Seems to have rotated out.
Well, the weird positioning will be perfectly fine as Mickey's perhaps throwing out a smoke a little bit preemptively. Oh goodness, Mickey's great stuff coming out from it. It's 2 with 1.
It's crazy.
And Disco, he's going to be having a rough time trying to get the bomb plant down in a 4 versus 2. But Disco, he said, Twist, if you can do it, I can do it better. It wasn't really better, but at least he can say it. 3 versus
Such
2.
an important round.
Oh, definitely. Godsent, if they're able to run away with this one, I'm sure Tundra are going to be kicking themselves. The numbers advantage has been lost a few too many times, and it might be lost once again over here. But Mystic, he's found the angle, and Disco, well, your days of dancing are over.
Oh my god, the UMP, just 80, 80, 80. That's just so annoying when people do that. CSGO nowadays, but such an important round coming out from the CTs. They would have had the eco if they lost that one. I'm pretty sure Godsent maybe had to get one more buy-in. Yeah, they could force you. They tried to do the thing where they send one person mid to fake mid control, so they get the rotators from A and B to come like fight mid. But Pronex just dies straight away, and they just read it straight away, and then they've got like 3 people watching the cross and just shutting them down with utility.
And such an interesting fact that we got shown over there that Snyder didn't get a single kill in that round, but oh goodness, Dublin. I lost my train of thought. Schneider didn't get a single kill in that round, but he was able to do 277 total damage. Must be very frustrating.
Yeah. It hurts me to see Twists on a UMP and the rest of his team on ACOs and oops.
Well, maybe he can manage to get some magic going that way. It seems like the Swedish magic has been transferred from 5 players onto 1.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure whoever wins this round it gets reset. If CT loses, then double.
Ronax finding the entry frag, Dreza going down to him, and great flick coming out from him. And with that, they're going to be rotating over towards the B side, where they've recognized that, well, Tundra, they've been putting a lot of pressure onto A and mid. And B, from apartment side, does seem to be a little bit neglected with only Becker over there. But Becker, if he can find a kill the way he was able to before, that would be massive. And immediately you see the rotations coming out. Mystic is trying to back him up a little bit, and now the flashbang, perfect timing, but unfortunately, just a split second off perhaps. But Mystic, he's already here, and they don't quite know it. He's going to be able to get 1, maybe even 2. The bomb is in the apartment, so. And Twist with that UMP managed to make it work. No utility left on the side of Godsent, and with Tundra having a little bit of damaging grenades and a little bit more to work with than what they do. They do have a chance with Cal. He's very, very low, and he needs to find this shot on towards Dublin. Twist is peeking him in the right place, though, and he will be able to find him very shortly. The grenade will tag him down very significantly. Twist peeks forward, and he will be able to get the kill on towards Mickey's. Mickey's caught with the grenade in his hand. It's in the impossible situation.
Even with an OMP, he gets a 3k. Does like a 180 on, I think it was Mystic when he was on site, maybe? And just trades his teammate. That's pretty crazy. He's only 30 going. I'm pretty sure the score was correct.
I mean, at this point, does it really matter? If he's got less than 20, I'll eat my own shoe.
He's just been going off. He's such a great player. But CT's just been reset here. Nisk is on 1400. He's on a double eco. He's probably just going to get a AWP if they're buying next round. Mystic can drop an AWP as well.
7-13 and Tundra, well, they've got their backs against the wall, and Godsent, they know exactly what to do in that situation. Right now they're pushing forward. Mickey, if he's able to get a few kills with this pistol, that would be massive. But Lekros says no. Finds 2 heads and a body. And it's an episode of CSI right now, and the only survivor is Calais.
Jazar isn't really showing up as I hoped he would. He was been playing pretty well with the past few games he's had, but he's not really showing up this game.
I agree, and Cal as well. He definitely had a lot of spotlight on him back when he was in Epsilon as well. He just managed to make it so that he was able to pick up the slack every single time Doplin actually dropped the ball, every single time Barber wasn't able to really properly show up, and Cal was always that very solid, consistent player who you could always rely on along with Rez. And unfortunately, with that being gone, it just seems to be like he's a little bit underwhelming. And yes, he's definitely doing probably the best in his team right now. With Jazar and him, they need to be able to pull this weight a little bit more.
Were they just kissing each other? You know what I mean?
Does look a little bit like it. Pronax finds a kill, and the Cal will be the second one to be found. It's basically a game of numbers at this point, and all the numbers are going the way of Godsent, including the rounds, as it's 15-7.
Yeah, it's pretty rough for Tundra. This could have ended up completely different if they got some more rounds in the first half. Didn't lose that retake. Hopefully that doesn't do with their minds when the second game comes.
Well, 7-15 in Tundra. They've got 3 UMPs, 2 Deagles, and a Dream. Unfortunately, though, let's see if that Dream will have to wait until the second map, because Mickey, he peeks out, he's going to be brought down. That's Twist to shot him down completely. Pronax chimes in with another one of his own. Pronax is just basically treating this as deathmatch at this point. He's getting kills here or there. Sure, he dies a few times, but he's getting more kills than deaths, and that's definitely a new feeling for him in a competitive game. Becca needs to swing out and just shut him down. Take away a little bit of that wind from his sails, but the bomb is all the way back in T-spawn. Becca picks up an AK, and well, he's making this look competitive at least. It's 1 versus 2.